we are hearing Bhagavad Gita. I closed it, so I hope I will understand where we left. Third chapter. Yes, this verse 18. We heard that such a person has no virtue to gain in this world by his deeds, nor has any vice for not doing them. There is nothing for him in all this world as object to be sought. So always perform the prescribed duties with indifference to the results thereof. For the person who performs his duties without any attachment attains the highest end. So we heard that such a person, he is self-delighted and is not responsible for any virtue or vice, consequent upon the due discharge or dereliction of his duties. He who is self-contented has no liking or disliking for anything that concerns the world, inasmuch as he delights and remains content in the eternal loving service to me, the Supreme Lord, the only object of his worship. His actions cannot be judged by standards of virtue or vice. So whatever he does or does not do, all tend to universal good. This we read, and I explained that if someone is on this platform transcendental, self-contented, then whatever he is doing, because he is doing for Krishna, is for universal good. So he cannot be judged by virtue or vice of this world. And also I explained that it is the same principle as with Vaidhi and Raganuga. Raganuga devotee is not to be judged by Vaidhi, by vidhis, by rules. Whatever he does is for the satisfaction of Krishna. Even he may sometimes break some vidhi, but he is not committing any fault, because his natural love inspires him to do for the satisfaction of Krishna everything. Then this next verse, Tasmat asaktah satatam karyam karma samachara asakto hyacharam karma param apnoti purushaha. So always perform the prescribed duties with indifference to the results thereof. For the person who performs his duties without any attachment attains the highest end. Explanation. Therefore, O Arjuna, always do your prescribed duties without any attachment for their fruits. For by so doing, an embodied soul can reach the goal or acme of salvation. Salvation is nothing but the realization of the soul's eternal function of unalloyed service to the Absolute Person, which is the climax of all duties enjoined by the scriptures. That is full and permanent liberation. Impersonal liberation is not permanent. You will fall down, or you will upgrade if you will accept the service of Krishna. So actual liberation can be said only devotion. Because at that time you are in natural function, so there is no question of coming out, falling down. Karmanaiva hi samsiddhim astita janakadayaha Lokasangraham evapi sampashyan kartumarhasi. The great souls like Janaka realize the highest goal, that is to say, devotion by the performance of deeds. Moreover, considering the good of the world, you are certainly justified in doing work. Explanation. Jnani Bhaktas like Janaka realized bhakti or unalloyed devotion to the Supreme Lord Vishnu by performing deeds favorable to the realization of that end. You may deem yourself a Jnani Bhakta, knower of the absolute truth, but still you should engage yourself in doing your ordained duties for the good of the world. Like yesterday I told that Banshidas Babaji Maharaj, he was on Raga platform and he was doing his bhajan, and it is not so easy to understand his way of bhajan. It is not according to Vidis. So sometimes we may be confused, and if we try to judge, then we will commit offense. That is why Prabhupada did not allow his disciples to go near him. From distance they have to bow down to him. So it is the same with Prabhupada. Prabhupada is also on Raga platform, but because he was ordered to preach, he had to do that, all Vidis and everything, so that we have example to follow. For that reason. Or I said, Prahlad Maharaj did that Shraddha ceremony for his father. There was no necessity for him. His father was already liberated, just because Prahlad is devotee. But other people, they are not devotees. And Prahlad is a king. Everyone will see what he's doing. Now Krishna will say here. So in order, because they are not doing devotion, so then they will see Prahlad is not doing Shraddha, so then they will think we also no need to do. But Prahlad did, so that they can follow him, and that will be beneficial for them. Like that, Prahlad was following Vaidi for the sake of us, because we are not on Raga. But there is no necessity for him to do those, even those forms of devotion. He was already chanting 3 lakhs Nam daily for 6 years without fail and with great austerity. There was no need for him to do any other form of devotion. But he did as an example, like Mahaprabhu heard Dhruva Pralacharit as an example, not for his own need. And yes, in Jiva Goswami also he told in that Sandarbhas, Bhakti Sandarbha maybe, that one who did not awaken taste, ruchi, he can also do Raganuga according to his capacity mixed with Vaidhi Bhakti. That will be Ajata Ruchi Raganuga Sadhana. And those who are Jata Ruchi, those who have awakened Ruchi, they should also do Vaidhi. Why? For the good of the world, for the benefit of those who are on Vaidhi platform, because they should not imitate them. They are not on that platform. They should not imitate. So they need some example. So those who are ordered to be acharyas, to preach like Prabhupada, they will follow that for the good of the world. But for Banshidas Babaji Maharaj, it was not necessary. Yat yat acharati shreshtas tat tat evetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastat anuvartate. Commoners perform what the great man does. They follow what he accepts as standard of action. That is dangerous sometimes. Sridhar Maharaj told, mass is ignorant. So they don't know. And if leaders are corrupted, then they will do something. And they will just follow. Yes, he does, so we'll also do. But it is not good. That is why he was not very fond of democracy in the sense of, he said government should be for the people and something, but not by the people, because mass is ignorant. Those who are experts, they should lead, not like ignorant masses. But the problem is when those who are on positions, high positions, if they're demons, then it is not democracy, but it is demonocracy. And they are exploiting people for their own selfish ends, and all are ruined then. Like Hiranyakashipu. That is demonocracy. We will hear about that on Sunday. He ordered everything good should be destroyed. Everything what is good should be destroyed. All medicine, all these yagyas, everything. That is the job of demons. Nowadays also we see they prohibited the medicine that works. They prohibited. It is totally demoniac, like Hiranyakashipu did. They prohibited, intentionally knowing fully well those who are in position. But common mass and common like this, they don't know. So what they can do? They can. So here, Krishna says, commoners perform what the great man does. They follow what he accepts as standards of action. And those who are in regulating these things, they're also corrupted. So everyone believes, no, they are okay, but they're corrupted. So everything is ruined then. So problem is when those who are leaders in any field, they're corrupted and selfish. But what to do? It is all by karma, because how much money one has and by which he can control and do many things by that money, that is given by Krishna also, by his past action. No one can have any amount of money unless Krishna sanctions. Krishna gives, but Krishna also takes. And what amount of power one has is given by Krishna, but also taken by Krishna. All is exactly controlled by Krishna, and timing and everything. There in Vedanta Sutra it is said that God is cruel and partial because some are happy, some are suffering, and He is the creator. But the answer is no. Everyone is getting their positions and suffering and enjoyment according to their past karma. Everyone. But that is always changing. Today you may be up and you may do many nonsense things by cheating or whatever, but one day will come, you will have to come down. And those who are down are there because of their own karma and like this. So nothing is out of control. Everything is under the control of Krishna, and it is for the best of all. But we have to become paramour of Krishna. Srila Sridhar Maharaj explained in that verse in Gita, we will come. Pati means husband, and Upapati means paramour. You are having connection outside of marriage. So how Sridhar Maharaj explained that Upapati is very nice. He said, we are all under the force of our past actions, and samskaras are there, and we have certain tendencies, and these tendencies, they are controlling us. We cannot escape. We are like owned by them, owned by our own samskaras. We have no freedom. We are owned by them, controlled by them, by our own samskaras, that and all this. We cannot escape. So that past karma is our husband, our master, our owner. It owns us. We cannot do anything. We are forced to go there. But if we surrender to Krishna, then we can escape this husband and go to Krishna. That is possible. If we submit to Krishna, we can get release from this ownership of our past karma. No one is owning us. Even we ourselves are not owner of ourselves. According to our past karma, we are owned by that karma. Others may be instrumental. And ultimately, we are owned by Krishna. He's our master, owner, everything. So we have to submit to him. Then we can be released from this Maya. So the explanation, the common people follow unquestioningly, yes, unquestioningly. They don't question. They think, yes, FDA approved, yes, it is like that, it is good. CDC approved, yes, it is like this. They don't question. But the problem is they're corrupted, provenly corrupted, but common people, they will not question that. They will say, yes, it is very good for us. The common people follow unquestioningly and unreservedly the actions of great men, or those who are in position. They may not be great in the sense of goodness, but they have some position. That is, of course, also by karma. But if they are corrupted, it is a problem. Whatever standard or principle of life the later set up is accepted and followed as truth by the ordinary run of men. Like that CDC or that FDA or EMA or like this, they will say ivermectin is pure poison, pure poison. If you take, you will die. It's pure poison. It has nothing, no good to cure, but it's total false. But common people and total lie. But common people will unquestionably think, yes, it is like that. So that is like this, what to do. No one means, but if you would see as a truth, if you will examine research, then you will see how much lying, how much cheating, how much all this is going on. And cheaters and cheated, and this is going on. But what to do? We have to live like we are now human beings, and we are living like a bit aloof. We are not so much involved, like what different kinds of animals they're doing among themselves in the forest. Who is killing whom, who is eating whom, who is doing, and all. They have their own system there of doing, and we are outside, and that is going on. If you observe, then you can find out, but otherwise you don't know who is producing how much children, who is eating whom, like that. That is going on. Like that, devotees, they have to live aloof from all this society of immoral atheists as much as possible. That karma is going on there in that field, and you should not be involved. You should be aloof. But the problem is when they try to control everyone and they want to impose some rules, and like then there is a problem. But otherwise, no need. That karma is there doing. But they are never satisfied, never satiated. They want to take everything. Just today I remember that Arjuna and 5 Pandavas, they were rightful owners of that kingdom. Rightful, by law, by all dharma, everything. But Duryodhana did not want to give. He's a demon. Lusty. He did not want to give. Then Pandavas, they are good-natured persons. They said, okay, at least you give us 5 villages to so that we can rule 5 villages. Because we are Kshatriyas, that is our nature. We have to do our duties and we have to maintain in that way. So 5 villages you give us. Each of us 5 brothers will take 1 village and govern that village. You give this much. He said, no, I'm not giving. Even I'm not giving the tip of a horn of cow or some that animal horn, tip of horn. That much land I'm not giving. So they want to take everything. They are never satisfied. Like Hiranyakashipu, we'll hear. He got everything, but still he was not satisfied. Because Jiva cannot be satisfied. Prahlad told, you cannot be satisfied. By any amount of property, you will always want more. By any amount of money, you will always want more. By lust, you always want more. You can never be satisfied. And always then going to sinful activities like all this. So it never ends. So he said, I'm not giving. Then Krishna said, then war is inevitable. It has to be. It was a rightful war, this. That is why Krishna told Arjuna, no, you have to fight. Because it is a rightful fighting. What he's doing is wrong. So that if you allow that, then you will do wrong. Because you have a duty to do as a Kshatriya. This is on one level. Like Arjuna as a Kshatriya, it was a rightful war. So he has to fight. Either lose or win, but you have to fight. Because it is right to do so. This is on one level, but actually in reality, Krishna descended to this world to remove the burden of these demoniac kings. So he wanted Arjuna to be instrumental in this, and by doing this, he will perform devotion to Krishna, direct devotion, not only like doing his Kshatriya duties, but direct devotion. Krishna wanted to engage him because it was Krishna's as an avatar, as descent, one who has to establish dharma. When adharma arises too much, he has to establish dharma and destroy the wicked and protect the sadhus. That is the function of avatar. Krishna will tell soon in 4th chapter. So for that purpose, he wanted Arjuna to become instrumental in that work. That was ultimate purpose why Krishna was encouraging Arjuna. But now he's explaining as a kshatriya like this, but that is external. Actually is that thing. So, common people, they are ignorant and they are not questioning. And sometimes there is good government like Ambarish Maharaj or Janak Maharaj or like Pandavas, Yudhishthir. That is good. They are really doing for the good of the people, but sometimes it is not like that. It is demoniac, and they are oppressing, exploiting, destroying what is good. Hiranyakashipu destroyed everything. And now we are seeing same thing. What is good has to be removed, destroyed, censored, lied about everything, so that people cannot have good. But what is bad, you will present as only solution and best and for all. If you are not taking that, you are actually doing wrong to the society. Wrong, you are bad in society if you are not doing that. So it is like that also in this is this world. It is by the will of Krishna so that we can get disgusted with, and we can be ready, eager to go to him, back to Godhead. That is his grace. You have to be disgusted when seeing what is going on. Here she wrote, Revati, Srila Prabhupada, means Srila Sai Maharaj, called it demon crazy. Yes. It is demonocracy. They are ruling, like Hiranyakashipu or Ravan. Ravan also. And so many demons. Sometimes they are in power and they are doing nonsense. Violence, cheating, everything. But in the name of good. This is very, some demons are like straight. At least they will do. But the point is, like Ravan came in the form of sannyasi. I'm sadhu. What I'm doing for the good of all. But inside is that. So like that they are cheating. Outwardly look, they are like, no, we are doing for your good, for everything for your good. But inside is something different. And we are unquestioningly, ignorantly following and ruining. Whatever standard. Yes, that is safe and effective. That is standard. So we accept, yes, they are saying, but it is not. But because they are saying, we think yes, but it is not. It is harmful, very harmful, and it is proven day by day by facts. Name partasti kartabyam trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. O Partha, in the three worlds I have no duties to perform, as there is nothing unattained or attainable for me. Still I am always engaged in work. Explanation. Look here, O Partha. In the three worlds, I have absolutely nothing incumbent on me as a duty, as I am the Supreme Lord, and hence far beyond the mundane laws. And no object is unattainable by me, and still for the good of the world, I am engaged in action. This is what I was explaining before, that There is no necessity for them, but they're doing for the good of others so that they can follow that example. So Krishna also saying what he can attain. Everything is his. And he's beyond all duty or everything, but still he's doing just to be example for others, because other people will see what great men are doing and what standard they're accepting, so they will follow that. That is why those who are in some positions, they have certain knowledge or certain like this, and they are not corrupted, they are truthful, and this, they have to speak what is wrong. It is their moral duty. They have to speak for the good of the people. Or like here Arjuna, he's a kshatriya. He has to fight. He has to remove wrong things. It is his duty. If he does not do it, will be bad for him and for others. So everyone has to do their own duty. Even though Krishna has no duty and nothing to attain, he is also doing just so that he's an example for others to follow. Krishna is absolute good, and pure devotee is also absolute good. What he's doing, that we have to follow. That will be perfect. And for universal good. Yadyaham navarteyam jatu karmanyatandritaha mama vartmanuvartante manushyah parta sarvashaha. If, no, O Partha, without being idle, if at any time I be not engaged in work, people will imitate my ways by all means, because that is natural. Common people, they're ignorant, mass is ignorant. Their only thing is they're seeing what great men are doing, they will do that. And then they will imitate. If you will not do, they will also not do. Like those monkeys, Gurudev gave that story about caps and monkeys. They will imitate, not knowing the purpose. Or sometimes you will see there are certain like more advanced devotees. So they will say that devotee is Uttam Mahabhagavan. Then everyone else will automatically go. Automatically. And then after some time they will say, he is Mahabharata. Everyone will go like this. So it is natural and it is good if you are lucky to get bona fide leader. Then what he will say, what he will put as a standard, that will be beneficial for you. So you need that sukriti. Then you will be safe. But if you are unfortunate due to past karma, then you will follow some corrupted leader and you will be harmed by that because you will be cheated. So according to once, like Gurudev said, if someone is submitted to Krishna sincerely, he wants eternal welfare, then Krishna will show him inside his heart. He will let him know what is what, who is cheater, who is real devotee, and he will let him know. So it depends on us. If we are cheaters, means we don't want Krishna, then we will be cheated. if we are sincere, means we want Krishna, then we will not. We will come to that verse. Nahi kalyan krit kaschit durgatim tachagachati. Krishna says, one who wants eternal welfare, he will not be deceived. So it depends on us. We are blaming others. Why you cheated me? No. No one is harming us. No one is cheating us. We ourselves, by our own actions, we are making or destroying our future. By our own. We are responsible. No one is to be blamed. And if someone is cheated, he's also responsible for that. Not only the cheater. Both are responsible. It is never one is innocent, another is like that. No. Everything is under control of Krishna. He sees the whole picture. Who did what, at what time, and everything Krishna knows. So that is why, like that animal in the jungle, they're having their own business there. No need for us to be involved. Like that, with that immoral atheist thing, no need to be much involved with that. It is going by the law of karma. But if someone tries to put some obstacle to devotion, then what if something unfair like that, then it is your duty to, by the submitting to Krishna, like Arjuna, he had to do that. That was wrong. What Duryodhana was doing, it was wrong. So by the grace of Krishna, Arjuna got that strength to fight for right cause. Like that, those who are sincere for devotion, Krishna, and also in the form of Nrsimha Bhagavan, he will show him and give him strength to fight against obstacles to devotion if they come. And they will be successful to remove that. Of course, not by their own power, by the power of Krishna. Like Prahlad, we will hear. He was always protected. Ambarish Maharaj was protected. But our parties, we have to submit. Then we will see what is what and also what we are to do, or no need to do anything. That is also there. Sometimes no need to do anything, just stay aloof and do bhajan. Explanation to this. If I ever shirk action, I suppose this shirk means give up or don't do. O Partha, all the people will follow me and keep themselves aloof from their respective duties. Because masses, they will follow what a great man does. If he will not do, then they will also not do. But they have to do. It is for them. That is why Prahlad did Shraddha ceremony for his father. No necessity for him, but he did. So that others will do it. It is beneficial for them on their level, for their progress. Utsideyur ime loka na kuryam karma chedaham Shankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyam imah prajaha. If I do not perform work, all these people will be ruined, and I shall be the cause of confusion of castes and destruction of the people. Explanation. If I desist from action, the world will go to wreck and ruin owing to non-performance by men of their ordained duties, and if a rupture is created, means fighting or like that thing, is created in the regulated social religious life by me, it will strike at the root of pure and ordered growth of the world by causing caste confusion and in the long run the destruction of all living beings on earth. Yes. In the last message of Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, not that Antimani last message, but 1 day or 2 days before he disappeared, he said to that Bharati Maharaj, in love and rapture, our purpose should be same. In all circumstances, we should always serve Krishna. Okay, some fighting going on like this, but we should not run away because of that. No, we have to utilize everything for the service of Krishna. That is the purpose. So Krishna here says, if I will not do work, then they will also not do. Then everything will be disturbed. That ordered growth, regulated socially, everything will be disturbed. So I have to do. Otherwise they will not do, and then they, in the long run, everything will be destroyed. So it happened. Now Varnashram Dharma is not followed properly, even in India, what to speak elsewhere. They are by birth considering and not doing duties and like this. So this gradual procedure is very difficult to follow now in this age. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave direct process. Sadhu Sangha, directly you start Shravan Kirtan. By that Sadhu Sangha, he awakened the faith in them. By serving Krishna, you serve all. That is the ultimate message of Gita. By serving Krishna, you serve all. That is your duty. We are eternal servants of Krishna, so that is. And we have, by serving him, we serve all. And how to serve him? By Shravan Kirtan. And especially chanting Harinam. And somehow, like Prabhupada said in last message, somehow you maintain your life in this world. Somehow. Gurudev explained, in any way possible, don't give too much like rigid something there. Somehow you try to maintain your life in this world, when you are still in this world, for the purpose of worshipping Supreme Lord, for the purpose of Harikatha and chanting like this. That is what we have to do now in Kali Yuga. Gita was at the end of Dwapar Yuga. There was still some that Daya was there, compassion. In Kali Yuga there is no Daya, no compassion. Only Satya remains. In Satya Yuga, for pieties, so Saucha, Tapa, Daya, Satya. Saucha means purity. Purity was there. Tapa, austerity. Daya, compassion, and truthfulness. In Treta, Saucha was gone. No purity of character and mind and all this. Then also austerity. No, Tapa was in that. Tapa was gone. Tapa was possible in Satya Yuga. And there was Saucha, so they could do some yagyas, but purity. But in Dwapara, even Saucha was gone. impurity. So there is no pure articles, no pure Brahmins, no pure, so you cannot make proper yagya. So then deity worship was prescribed. But in Kali Yuga, there is no dvaya even. And always disease and like this. So our process is chanting Harinam. That is our process. And we can get all perfection only by chanting Harinam without offenses and somehow maintaining our life with the best of a bad bargain. Because it is not possible to get ideal in Kali Yuga, never. Everything impure and all this. So somehow maintain only for the sake of chanting. So we have to accept the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna wants, form we cannot accept in Kali Yuga. But the spirit, what Krishna wants to say, you have to do your duty. And then that we have to translate according to our circumstance. Like when Gurudev asked me, I said what sadhana I have to do. Then he said, what Prahlad Maharaj said. I said 9 forms of devotion, Shravan, Kirtan, all this. They said yes. But what he did, Prahlad, Gurudev asked me. Then I said he did Smaran. I said yes. He did only Smaran. Why? Because in his circumstances only that was possible. He was surrounded by all demoniac atmosphere and people and everything. It was not possible to do other forms of devotion. But by Smaran, by thinking of Krishna all the time, he satisfied him and he was fully satisfied himself. So that was, although he spoke about 9 forms of devotion, but he did only one because considering the circumstances. So we have to consider circumstances. So then Guru said, so now we are in Kali Yuga. We have to take this into account. We are not in Satya Yuga or like, no, we are in Kali Yuga. So we have to consider circumstance and do our duty according to circumstance. We have to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions to chant Harinam and somehow maintain in this world. Prabhupada told in his last message. So if Krishna says, if I will not do, then everything will be ruined. So it is important for Arjuna to do, because if he will not do, like we have this example. Our Gurudev was made Acharya by Param Gurudev. Then they God brothers, they wanted to make some other rules, but Guru said, no, I cannot. Then they were pressing and even putting to court and everything. So then Gurudev said, okay, I will resign from Acharya post and someone else will be there. You just give me some service in the mat. Then Srila Bhakti Kumar Shanta Goswami Maharaj came. He said, no. Madan Maharaj, he discussed with me that, and I agreed that he should be Acharya. So then he told to our Gurudev doing Lila, and that this Lila can happen to give us teaching. Shanta Maharaj said, no, you have to do this. If you will not do this, if you will resign from Acharya, if you will not do this service, then this whole mat will be ruined. And you will be the cause of this. Because of not doing your duty. He told. And to other God brother, he said, you have to follow him. Madhav Maharaj made him Acharya. He is the president. He will say what is to be done. You have to follow him. That is your Gurudev's instruction. So then it was settled. So he said like this. So if we are not doing our duty, we are doing bad to ourselves and also to others also. So if Arjuna would now flee from battlefield, that would be bad for others. He gave many reasons, no violence like this. No, it was for the right cause. Even if demon has to be killed, that is for good. Non-violence is not good if demon has to be killed for the good of people, or demoniac forces have to be checked for the good of the people. If you are running away and not doing your duty, but it depends what is your duty that you have to do. And also Srila Bodhayan Gosai Maharaj, he himself told in Harikatha, they were also opposing him so much. Then he thought, okay, then I will resign from Acharya and you give me some service in the mat. Then when this came to the ear of our Gurudev, then he did this duty as he got it himself. He called Bodhayan Maharaj to mat, he should come. Then Bodhayan Maharaj said, I came inside. Then our Gurudev told him, you close your eyes, you close your ears, you close your mouth, you close everything, and just wait for the mercy of Supreme Lord. This Gurudev said. He said, you should not hear anyone, or you should not think anything this. You only have to think about Supreme Lord. Then Gurudev told him, who gave you this seva? Is your Gurudev gave you this seva. If you will not do this seva, then whole mat will be ruined. Gurudev repeated same message. As he got it, he repeated to him. And you will be the cause of that ruination. So you should not give up your duty. You should do your duty. You should serve as your Gurudev gave you that service, that order. You have to. Then Bodhayan Maharaj changed. He accepted. And our Gurudev also changed, accepted like this. So this is the point. We have to do our duty for our own good and for the good of all. If something is pressing so much, which wants to lead in wrong direction, then we have to oppose that by doing our duty. But we will be able to do our duty only by the grace of Krishna and Gurudev. And pure Vaishnava, they will show us and they will encourage us to do our real duty. If we are surrendered to them, they will tell us, this is your duty, you have to do this, and they will give us strength and everything. Then that will be beneficial for us and for everyone. It will be universally beneficial, Krishna here says. Universal good. So what is our duty? Like here, Krishna explained to Arjuna, this is your duty. Like that, Gurudev will explain to us, this is your duty. One time in Vienna in 1999, I was new devotee, only few months after Harinam initiation. So I had some thinking, some confusion I had in my mind. So I said to Gurudev in Vienna, in one flat, in one room, alone. I said, Gurudev, for Arjuna it was very easy because Krishna was directly in front of him. So Krishna just told him, this is your duty. And Arjuna could ask questions and like this. It was very easy. But I'm not getting such arrangement. Then Gurudev smiled. Then by his smile, I understood that actually I am in the same opportunity now. Same. Because Gurudev is Guru, means he is not different from Krishna. And Krishna here is acting like Guru. Not as enjoyer, but as Guru. So Gurudev is here and I am here and I am able to hear from him. I am able to ask him questions, everything. So what is the difference? There is no difference. Like it was easy for Arjuna and it was not easy for me. It was the same arrangement. Gurudev, by smile, he showed me this. How stupid I am. I'm not seeing what is there. Then I understood. Then without hesitation, I asked Gurudev, and he gave me perfect reply. But at the same time, it is not easy always to follow what Gurudev instructs. Because we are, like Arjuna, he was asking so many questions. 18 chapters he was asking. 18 chapters Krishna had to tell him. Then finally all that was cut and Arjuna was ready, yes, I will do. So like that, not so easy to follow. Even to submit to Gurudev, to hear what he wants to say, that is also not so easy. So many ideas, no, I know why I will ask Gurudev, I know. That is foolishness. And even if Gurudev's instruct, then you have to apply that, and it is not always so easy. Like mother will say to child, you walk, and he will try. He can try. And like that, we are trying to follow Gurudev's instructions more and more. Then one day we will be able to follow as it is in total. Then we'll get the fruit also. So what is our duty we have to do for universal good will be given by Gurudev. And then we have to do it. That is our part. So we have to pray to Gurudev, then he will reveal, and then we have to do, and then again we will forget and deviate and all these things. Then again we will have to hear. And again Gurudev has to tell, and we have to try, and like this, then one day we can come out of Maya and be constant in our duty. Tomorrow is Ekadashi.